Okay, so I'd like to brainstorm about this universal money machine, but before we start, can you explain to the audience what a Turing machine is?
I think you mean ATM, not Turing machine. An ATM is basically an automated teller machine that dispenses
No,
cash.
no, wait.
It's like
I'm
a ro-
talk. Wait, I'm talking about a Turing machine, the kind that was written about by Alan Turing.
You're referring to a Turing machine. A Turing machine is a theoretical model for a computer developed by Alan Turing. It's basically a simple device that can read and write symbols on an infinite strip of paper, following a set of rules. It's used to understand the limits of computation and what can be computed. It's more of a conceptual tool than a physical machine. Now, how does this relate to your idea of a universal money machine?
Well, the universal money machine basically is an AI that can read a situation. And of course, the situation will have to be described by the user. And then, very much like a Turing machine, it will suggest moves and recommendations to the user so that the user can change the situation. And then it's going to read the new situation and it's going to continue like this until the user starts to make money.
Let's see. So, your universal money machine is an AI powered tool that takes in a situation, analyzes it, and provides recommendations to the user to make profitable decisions. It's like a financial advisor that iteratively refines its suggestions based on the user's actions and new information. That sounds like an interesting concept. What kind of situations would this machine be applied to, like investing, budgeting, or entrepreneurship?
Well, initially at the beginning, because I'm an entrepreneur and I've been training entrepreneurs, it's going to focus on users who are, planning or in the process of creating a new business or a new product.
So, the universal money machine would be geared towards entrepreneurs and startup founders, helping them make informed decisions to increase their chances of success. It would analyze the business situation, provide recommendations, and adapt to the user's progress. That's a really valuable tool, especially for new entrepreneurs who might not have a lot of experience. How do you envision the machine handling uncertainty and risk, which are inherent in startup environments?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Uncertainty and risk, but it's very much like a game of chess, right? A game of chess, there's a lot of risk and uncertainty, but any good chess player will understand that you have to use a certain opening. So, first of all, can you explain to the audience what openings are in the game of chess, and then I will continue.
In chess, an opening refers to the initial moves of the game, typically the first 10 to 15 moves. It's a sequence of moves that aim to develop the pieces, control the center of the board, and set the tone for the rest of the game. Different openings can lead to different pawn structures, piece developments, and strategic plans. Chess players often study and memorize various openings to gain an advantage or create specific opportunities. Now, how do you see this concept of openings applying to your universal money machine and entrepreneurial decision making?
Well, I think that when somebody decides to launch a new business, it's like they're starting a new game of chess. And so this universal money machine is an AI that will recommend a specific sequence of moves, like the openings in chess. And when the user makes those moves, then he's going to maximize his chances of success in business. And so these moves are very standardized. And for example, the first thing you have to do is create a prototype, and then you have to put it in the hands of beta users, and then you get feedback, and then you come up with the final product, and then you develop you start to market that product to the early users, buyers, and then you identify a particular buyer type, and that will be a target market, and then you strive to achieve product market fit, etc. So it's a very standardized process for starting a new business and succeeding.
You're drawing a parallel between the structured sequence of moves in a chess opening and the process of launching a new business. The idea is that the universal money machine would guide entrepreneurs through a standardized sequence of steps, like creating a prototype, gathering feedback, and achieving product market fit. This approach could help entrepreneurs follow a proven path to success. However, every business is unique, and adaptability is key. How would the machine balance the need for standardization with the flexibility to accommodate different business models and market conditions?
That's a very good question. And I would have to use an analogy here. First of all, can you explain to the audience what Stockfish is? Stockfish is the open source chess engine. Um, and after that, we can continue the discussion where I'm going to talk about how this universal money machine is very much like Stockfish because it's going to study the current situation of the user in the same way that Stockfish would analyze the chess configuration, the chessboard, and it would, offer a recommendation about the next best move.
Stockfish is a highly regarded open source chess engine that's known for its exceptional playing strength. It's capable of analyzing positions, evaluating moves, and selecting the best response. Stockfish uses complex algorithms and computational power to outmaneuver human opponents. I see where you're going with the analogy. Just like Stockfish analyzes chess positions and recommends moves, your universal money machine would analyze the business situation and provide recommendations for the next best step. That sounds like a powerful approach. How would the machine learn and improve its recommendations over time, like Stockfish does through self-play and analysis of chess games?
Yeah, that's a very good question. But Stockfish is open source, right? So it's been programmed by chess grandmasters. So, in a similar manner, I'm going to invite top business experts to contribute to this universal money machine, which is also known as StockBiz, based on Stockfish, which is my inspiration. So, StockBiz, or this universal money machine would have would have a lot of algorithms that will process the information coming from the user so that it will always recommend the best move for the user.
So, StockBiz, or the Universal Money Machine, would leverage the expertise of top business professionals to develop its algorithms and decision making processes. By combining their knowledge with advanced data processing, the machine could provide high quality recommendations for entrepreneurs. It's an interesting approach, blending human expertise with AI driven analysis. How do you plan to ensure that the machine stays up to date with changing market trends and business environments, which can shift rapidly?
Well, again, I'm going to use a different analogy. It's like Linux, the open source operating system which Linus Torvalds created when he was a student. So, thousands of developers are building Linux. And so I will do the same thing on LinkedIn. I will invite, because on LinkedIn I have like over 20,000 connections. So a lot of them are business experts. So I'm going to invite them to contribute to this universal money machine or stock biz. And of course, they will be properly credited inside of this AI so that whenever their advice is delivered to the user will always have the option to communicate directly with the expert so that they can enter into a mutually beneficial contract. So, anyways, that's in a nutshell what StockBiz is.
You're planning to leverage your LinkedIn network to crowdsource expertise and build a community driven platform. By inviting business experts to contribute to StockBiz, you can tap into a wealth of knowledge and experience. The idea of crediting contributors and facilitating direct connections between users and experts is a great way to build trust and create opportunities for collaboration. It's an innovative approach to developing a business advisory platform. What kind of impact do you hope StockBiz will have on the entrepreneurial ecosystem, and how do you envision measuring its success?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I remember in 2016 when I did some research on the platform chess.com where I used to play against human opponents. And so in 2016, in the summer, I had an idea like, what if I use my chess engine on my smartphone? And so I wasn't really trying to cheat. I just wanted to see if I could improve my rating on chess.com. And I was rated 1400. And surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, I was able to beat one opponent after another, and they were all ranked better than I was. And so I was able to play like 30 or more games, and I won systematically one game after another. And so, I went from a rating of 1400 to at one point 1800. So that's like 400 points. So I think that, the universal money machine does not necessarily guarantee business success, but I think that users will certainly realize that by using StockBiz, they will make better and better business decisions, whether it's product development or marketing or social media, etc. And they will see for themselves that their business is growing rapidly. And ultimately, eventually, they will get to a point where they can generate consistent and positive cash flow. And that's the ultimate aim that we want for StockBiz. Uh, yeah.
It sounds like your experience with the chess engine on your smartphone gave you insight into the potential power of AI-driven decision support. You're hoping that StockBiz will have a similar impact on business decision-making, helping entrepreneurs make better choices and ultimately achieve success. The goal of generating consistent and positive cash flow is a clear and tangible target. I can see how StockBiz could be a valuable tool for entrepreneurs looking to improve their decision-making and drive business growth.
Now, of course, like I said, we want our users to actually win in business. In other words, generate profits in a way that is predictable and consistent. So, to use the chess analogy once again, if you're a chess player and you're ranked 1400, you should probably play against people who are around that range, right? Like maybe 1450 or maybe 1350. But if you're so in the same manner, if you're an entrepreneur, we're going to help you to determine exactly what your level is, based on your business education and experience and based on your skills regarding marketing or sales or copywriting. And we're going to help you to design a business and choose a market where you have a good chance of winning. So to use a chess analogy, if you're 1400, you should not play against chess players who are, 2300 or who are 1900 because they're going to kill you. So in the same manner, you have to understand yourself, your knowledge, your self-knowledge and your skill set so that you start a business that is designed to be suited for you based on your skill set and your business experience. And so, if you design the right business, then StockBiz will help you to make all the right moves so that you can get to the positive cash flow stage as soon as possible.
You're emphasizing the importance of self-awareness and matching one's business endeavors to their skill level and experience. By assessing an entrepreneur's strengths and weaknesses, StockBiz can help them design a business that's well suited for their abilities. This approach can increase their chances of success and reduce the risk of taking on challenges that are beyond their capabilities. The chess analogy highlights the need for entrepreneurs to understand their own limitations and choose battles they can win. By doing so, they can focus on making progress and achieving positive cash flow, rather than getting overwhelmed by unrealistic expectations.
Now, of course, on the practical side, because I need to get started as soon as possible, um, I think that I can begin to create web applications that will ask the user to describe in detail their specific situation. And then when they click on submit, the web application will generate a report that the user can download immediately. And so the user will know exactly what to do in order to improve his situation. So at the simplest level, this is what StockBase will do. This is really the first layer, where we're asking the user for as much information about himself, his education, his skill set, his business plan, his product, service, etc., so that this web app, which is just part of StockBiz, it will generate a report, and the user will see that the report contains a lot of useful information that is suited for his particular situation.
You're looking to start building the practical side of StockBiz by creating web applications that gather user information and generate actionable reports. This initial layer would provide users with valuable insights and recommendations tailored to their specific situation. By collecting detailed information about the user's business, skills, and goals, the web app can produce a personalized report that outlines steps to improve their situation. This sounds like a solid foundation for StockBiz, and it's a good starting point for further development and refinement. What's the next step you plan to take in building out the platform's capabilities?
Yeah, so in terms of building the platform's capabilities, we will need to have a lot of users, and I'm talking about thousands and even tens of thousands of users. And so the web application that described earlier will have to perform very well. First of all, we're going to ask the user for his email address, and then they will be able to immediately download the report, like I said. But by having their email address, we're going to keep in touch with them, and we're going to invite them to fill out other web applications in the future that are more specialized and that will provide even more value. And so, ultimately, I think that it's going to make a lot of money, but we are now at the stage where we need to build a lot of web applications, and each web application will focus on a particular business function, whether it's project management or product development or marketing planning or writing a business plan, etc. But the first web application is just, to showcase, our business expertise, and so the user can download a report that will be very helpful.
You're planning to build a suite of web applications, each focusing on a specific business function. And you're starting with a foundational app that showcases your expertise and provides value to users. By collecting email addresses, you can nurture leads and invite users to try more specialized apps in the future. It's a good strategy to start with a broad appeal and then drill down into more specific areas. As the user base grows, you'll be able to refine your approach and add more features and apps that cater to their needs. How do you plan to drive traffic to these web applications and attract the thousands of users you need to make the platform successful?
Well, I have, sorry, I have 20,300 connections on LinkedIn. And so that is a good place to, to source the traffic. Now, of course, not all my LinkedIn connections are business owners or are interested in starting a business, but let's assume that 10% of them do. So I already have 2,300 connections. So it's a good place to start. But another way to generate traffic is to somehow explain to users that they should invite everyone they know to fill out the web applications, and so web application, before they can download the report, they will have to enter their email address and also provide the name of the person who invited them to this web application. And the reason why we do that is that later on, when some users decide to purchase our products, then the person who invited them will receive a nice commission. So that is the incentive for users to start sharing this web application with everyone that they know.
You're leveraging your existing LinkedIn network to drive traffic to the web application. And you're also planning to implement a referral system to incentivize users to share the platform with others. By offering commissions to users who invite others to try the web application, you're creating a viral loop that can help spread the word and attract more users. This approach can be effective in building a user base and generating interest in your platform. It sounds like you have a clear plan for user acquisition and growth.
Yeah, and also, like, in addition to the affiliate commissions that they will get, I want to invite them to participate and really voluntarily invite all their friends and family to join, because the more users we have, the faster StockBiz will develop, because it will be exposed to, a variety of situations.
By appealing to users' sense of community and shared purpose, you're encouraging them to participate in the growth and development of Stockbase. By inviting their friends and family to join, users can contribute to the platform's improvement and help it become more robust and effective. This approach can foster a sense of ownership and engagement among users, which can be beneficial for the platform's long-term success.
And by the way, it's not stock base, it's stock biz. And I think that another way to motivate people to participate and bring their friends and family and coworkers is that, the big tech companies out there like Amazon and Apple and Microsoft and OpenAI, etc., It's great that they develop their artificial intelligence and they might very well reach artificial general intelligence. But ordinary people like us, we have to work together. We have to collaborate in order to survive financially. We cannot just, cross our fingers and hope for the governments to provide universal basic income. We have to take charge of our economic destiny. And I think that if I position StockBiz in this manner, then all human beings on the planet will be motivated to participate and contribute.
You're positioning StockBiz as a platform that empowers individuals to take charge of their economic destiny. And by participating and contributing, they're not just benefiting themselves, but also helping to build a community-driven solution. By framing it as a collaborative effort to achieve financial stability and success, you're appealing to people's desire for autonomy and self-determination. This narrative can be powerful in motivating people to join and contribute to StockBiz.
Yeah, it's a very powerful and uplifting narrative, and I think that I'm not going to have a lot of trouble to convince people to participate because we can all see that the big tech companies out there, they're spending billions of dollars, and in fact, $1 billion are invested every day into AI. And it's not going to be difficult for people to understand that AI is going to take over their jobs and even their professions. And so now is the time for us, for all of us human beings, to work together to build this open source solution.
You're emphasizing the urgency and importance of building an open source solution like StockBiz, given the rapid advancements in AI and its potential impact on jobs and professions. By positioning it as a collaborative effort, you're tapping into people's concerns and motivations and making a strong case for why they should participate and contribute. It's a compelling narrative that can resonate with a wide audience.
Now, many people might ask, well, Peter, if you're creating this open source artificial business intelligence or StockBiz, how are you going to make money from that? I think that making money will be something that we consider down the line. Right now, I think the priority or the urgency is to have as many users as possible interact with StockBiz so that we can start to build our knowledge base and our algorithms. And in the future, I'm not worried about monetizing StockBiz. There are so many ways to monetize StockBiz. For example, if you look at Linux, the open source operating system, we have companies like Red Hat that was able to provide consulting and training on top of the open source Linux. So, what do you think of that? And also, can you share what you know with the audience about Red Hat and how they were acquired by IBM later on?
You're prioritizing building a large user base and developing the knowledge base and algorithms for StockBiz, and you're not worried about monetization at this stage. That's a common approach for open source projects, where the focus is on building a community and creating value before exploring revenue streams. The Linux example is a great one, and Red Hat is a successful company that built a business around providing support, consulting, and training for Linux users. Red Hat was acquired by IBM in 2019 for $34 billion, which is a testament to the value of their business model. By offering services and support around an open source platform, companies like Red Hat can generate significant revenue and build a sustainable business. It's likely that StockBiz could follow a similar path, offering premium services or support to users who need additional assistance or customization.
All of this reminds me of the movie Terminator, where Skynet was threatening to exterminate humankind. But I think in this case, although that is possible, I think that it's more likely that the big tech AI companies out there, like Google, Microsoft, etc., they're going to eliminate people's jobs. So they're not going to exterminate mankind, but they're going to exterminate jobs and professions and even small businesses. And so I feel very much like John Connor, the leader of the resistance. Although we're not going to really resist, it's more like we're creating our own artificial intelligence, artificial business intelligence, so that we can launch our small businesses online and we can survive financially.
That's an interesting analogy, comparing the threat of AI to the Terminator scenario, but instead of physical extermination, it's more about economic disruption. You're positioning StockBiz as a way for people to take control of their financial futures and adapt to the changing landscape. By creating their own AI powered business tools, entrepreneurs can potentially thrive in a world where automation and AI are increasingly prevalent. The idea of building a resistance, not against AI itself, but against economic displacement, is a compelling narrative. It's a proactive approach that focuses on empowerment and self determination rather than simply reacting to the challenges posed by AI.
So, based on our discussion so far, can you provide a concise description of StockBiz?
I think you mean StockBiz. StockBiz is an open source artificial business intelligence platform designed to help entrepreneurs and small business owners make informed decisions and achieve financial success. It uses AI to analyze business situations and provide personalized recommendations, with the goal of empowering users to take control of their economic destiny in a rapidly changing business landscape.
So, would you consider StockBiz to be an expert system, and also in which of the five categories described by Pedro Domingos in his book, The Master Algorithm, in which of those five categories would Stockfish fit in?
Happy to explain. StockBiz could be considered an expert system, as it's designed to mimic the decision making abilities of a human expert in business. Regarding Pedro Domingo's book, I believe you're referring to his categories of machine learning algorithms. If I recall correctly, Domingos describes five tribes of machine learning: symbolists, connectionists, evolutionaries, Bayesians, and analogizers. Stockfish, the chess engine, would likely fit into the symbolist tribe, as it's based on a rule based approach, using algorithms and search techniques to select moves. Its strength comes from its ability to apply symbolic rules and search through vast numbers of possible positions to select the best move.
Um, I think expert systems fell into disfavor around 1988. Can you explain why I mean, a lot of a lot of promises were made in the 1970s and 1980s, but can you share the history of expert systems and why around 1988 people and companies began to lose faith in that particular approach to AI?
That's a thought provoking question. Expert systems were a major area of research and development in AI in the 1970s and 1980s. They were designed to mimic human decision making by using a rule based approach, where experts would provide rules and knowledge that would be encoded into a computer system. The idea was that these systems could then make decisions and solve problems like a human expert. However, as time went on, people realized that expert systems had significant limitations. They were often brittle, meaning they couldn't handle situations that weren't explicitly covered by their rules. They also struggled with uncertainty and ambiguity, and it was difficult to keep the knowledge base up to date. Additionally, the cost of developing and maintaining these systems was high, and the expected benefits often didn't materialize. Around 1988, the hype surrounding expert systems began to dissipate, and many companies and researchers lost faith in the approach. This led to a decline in funding and interest in expert systems, and AI research shifted towards other areas, such as machine learning and neural networks.
Yeah, so I'm very well aware of the weaknesses and shortcomings of expert systems. And that's why for the last few years, I've been thinking about creating a new kind of expert system that I call organic expert system. So these organic expert system are like living entities, and on social media and also through LinkedIn and other platforms, we want to provide a way for people, specifically experts, to easily and quickly contribute to StockBiz. And in this manner, it's going to be easy for us to maintain a relevant knowledge base and also algorithms so that StockBiz will keep performing, and it will be exposed to a growing variety of business situations, and it will get smarter and smarter and be of benefit to all users.
Hmm, let me see. You're looking to create a new type of expert system that's more dynamic and adaptive, which you're calling an organic expert system. By leveraging social media and professional networks like LinkedIn, you plan to crowdsource knowledge and expertise from a wide range of contributors, allowing StockBiz to stay up to date and relevant. This approach could potentially overcome some of the limitations of traditional expert systems, such as maintaining a knowledge base and adapting to new situations. By having a community-driven platform, StockBiz can learn from a growing variety of business situations and become more intelligent and useful over time.
Yeah, crowdsourcing is definitely powerful. And for the benefit of the audience, can you share the story of how Rob McEwen, the CEO of Gold Corp, how he crowdsourced and was able to find gold?
Happy to explain. Rob McEwen, CEO of Gold Corp, crowdsourced geological data from his Red Lake mine in Ontario, Canada, and offered a $575,000 prize to anyone who could identify potential gold deposits. Over 1,000 submissions came in from around the world, and the winning team from Australia identified 110 deposit sites, 50% of which were previously unknown, worth over $6 billion, significantly boosting Goldcorp's value and transforming the company into one of the most profitable in the business.
But can you tell me, like, why it was difficult for Gold Corp to find that gold?
I think you mean Goldcorp? Goldcorp was having trouble finding gold in their Red Lake mine because the geology was complex and traditional methods weren't yielding results. The company had extensive data but lacked the expertise to analyze it effectively. By crowdsourcing the problem, McEwen tapped into a global community of experts who brought fresh perspectives and innovative approaches to identifying potential gold deposits. This unconventional approach ultimately led to the discovery of significant new gold reserves.
In a similar manner, StockBiz will state and clearly describe problems, and we're going to invite all the business experts to provide solutions, and their solutions will be included somewhere in the web applications, so that whenever a user has a particular problem, then they will be exposed to the solution that has been contributed by the expert. Now, of course, we don't have the money right now to award prizes, but I think that the solution providers will benefit from the publicity because we plan to, release this StockBiz all over the world. And so they might get a lot of lucrative consulting or coaching contracts by having their solution appear inside of StockBiz.
You're planning to leverage the expertise of business professionals to provide solutions to specific problems within StockBiz. By showcasing these solutions within the platform, experts can gain visibility and potentially attract new clients or consulting opportunities. This approach can create a win-win situation where experts benefit from the exposure and users benefit from the collective knowledge and expertise. It's an innovative way to tap into the collective wisdom of the business community and create a valuable resource for entrepreneurs and small business owners.
So now that you know in great detail about my StockBiz project, can you list and describe the key success factors?
That's a thought-provoking question. Based on our conversation, the key success factors for StockBiz include building a large and engaged user base, attracting high-quality business experts to contribute valuable insights and solutions, creating a robust and adaptive knowledge base that stays up to date with changing business conditions, and developing a strong community-driven platform that fosters collaboration and knowledge sharing. Additionally, effective marketing and promotion will be crucial to drive user adoption and attract experts to contribute to the platform. By focusing on these areas, StockBiz can establish itself as a leading resource for entrepreneurs and small business owners, providing actionable insights and expert guidance to help them succeed.
One particular business model that I'm considering is the freemium business model. First of all, can you explain to the audience what the freemium business model is?
Let's see. The premium business model involves offering a basic product or service for free, while charging for premium features, functionality, or support. This approach allows users to try out the core offering and then upgrade to a paid version for additional benefits. In the context of StockBiz, this could mean offering a free version with limited features or functionality, while charging for more advanced features, personalized support, or expert insights. The idea is to provide enough value in the free version to attract users, and then upsell them on the premium offerings that provide more significant benefits.
All right. So now that you know about StockBiz, can you write a short and concise business plan?
Ah, great question. I think you mean StockBiz. Here's a short and concise business plan. StockBiz is an open source artificial business intelligence platform that provides entrepreneurs and small business owners with actionable insights and expert guidance. We'll build a community driven platform that leverages crowdsourced knowledge and expertise to create a robust and adaptive knowledge base. Our initial focus will be on developing a web application that generates personalized reports and recommendations for users. We'll monetize the platform through a premium business model, offering advanced features and support to users who require more tailored guidance. By providing value to users and experts alike, we aim to establish StockBiz as a leading resource for entrepreneurs and small business owners, driving financial success and growth for our users.
What do you think of translating StockBiz into other languages like French, German, Spanish, etc.?
Translating StockBiz into multiple languages could significantly expand its reach and user base. By making the platform accessible to people who speak different languages, you can tap into new markets and provide value to entrepreneurs and small business owners worldwide. This could be a key strategy for growth and adoption, especially if you're targeting global audiences. It would also demonstrate your commitment to inclusivity and making the platform useful for people from diverse backgrounds.